Good afternoon. I am Andy Sullivan. I don't know when the last time I did one of these was. I know it was a long time ago. Maybe first of the year, last year. I don't remember. Anyway, a lot has happened since. So Mike Bargonzi is locked in with the Tennessee Titans through 2029 per Adam Schefter. Locked in might be an appropriate term because as GM, because Titans suck, and as a fan I can say that with full confidence because they have for quite a while. Chicago Bears called the Steelers inquiring about trading for coach Mike Tomlin. He'll have none of it. Instead, the Bears will hire the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. Let's see. Fans of CBS's comedy The Neighborhood will be happy to know that there is a spinoff in the works centered around the brothers Marty and Malcolm. The likely scenario is that the two shows will be back to back on Monday night, which I would imagine they're going to move or cancel Papa's House. I don't know. Probably move it. I think that's a pretty funny show. I hear there also might be a spinoff of The Equalizer. CBS is getting really spinoff happy there. No word on whether the Mothership show has been renewed or canceled. They've been, I think the past few years that show's been teetering, so it might not last much longer. Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles will play in the Super Bowl. Obviously, Kansas City's winning. I do not know I'm no prognosticator, so I don't know what the score's going to be. But yeah, Kansas City's going to win. Garth Hudson, founding member of the band, died a few weeks ago, 87 years old. Pete Carroll was hired a few weeks ago as the Raiders head coach after a year away from the NFL. Mark Pope calls the post-game Kentucky review with the team the autopsy. Pretty apropos given the current 15-7 record of the Cats. Dave Ziegler became the Titans GM. I said the Eagles got to the Super Bowl. How'd they get there? They beat the living crap out of the Washington Commanders, 55-23. Kentucky was number 12 in the rankings last week. Of course, that was before they tacked on 2 more losses, so they're probably, when the next poll comes out, going to be in the 20s. I don't know exactly, but they're 78 points against Tennessee. A few weeks ago were the most points Tennessee had given up in a game this season. It was announced Wednesday, January 29th, that Triple H will headline the 2025 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. He got emotional when he heard the news. This is a very well-deserved honor. On to the Grammys. Taylor Swift and Casey Musgraves are the only female artists to achieve the rare trifecta of winning Best Country Song, Album, and Performance categories in a single night at the Grammys. Of course, Casey won it this past year. Taylor Swift won it about 34 years ago. Well, no, it seems like 30 years ago, though. When's the last time that girl was country? I mean, I mean, really. Casey is the second female artist in history to win Best Country Song 3 times. As for the Royal Rumble wrap-up, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, which I am very thrilled about that. There were some injuries to come out of the Royal Rumble, but get to that after I tell you that to the shock of absolutely no one, Charlotte Flair returned and won the Women's Royal Rumble. Gee, I didn't call that. I don't know their hang up with the Flairs. I guess it's maybe the torch Triple H still carries for Ric Flair, because Charlotte is given the world, even though, and I'm not saying that she hasn't earned it or doesn't deserve it, but basically she is just given everything. Now, I said that it's not that she doesn't deserve it or earn it, but there are a lot of other people who did deserve it. I think one of the reasons that Triple H gave Jey Uso that Royal Rumble win was because he knew that people were going to be ticked off about Charlotte Flair. And boy, were they. And man, did she get booed Monday night when she was making her speech, her heartfelt speech about the injury and everything. People just, fans just didn't care. I mean, they'd heard it all before. I mean, what's going to happen is Charlotte is going to do what Charlotte does. She starts out as a fan favorite, and then by the end of WrestleMania, she will A, be a heel, and B, be champion. Now, she said that she was going to, she said on Raw, she was going to go to NXT and SmackDown and weigh her options. That's the same thing Jey Uso said, but we know what's going to happen, right? Actually, for the women's match, maybe we don't know who Charlotte's going to beat. It'd be pretty ugly if she beat Stratton, and she would beat her handily. I mean, talking like seconds. You remember when Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan in like 6 seconds, something like that? Yeah, it'd be like that. Now, there was an injury to come out of the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, although this headline I'm reading is kind of funny. Roman Reigns' WWE future is now questionable. No, it's not. Entering the Royal Rumble match as number 16, Roman Reigns lasted around 37 minutes and scored 4 eliminations. Towards the closing stages, fans saw CM Punk collectively eliminate both Reigns and Rollins. This soon sparked a heated brawl between the three, dropping Reigns with a stomp on the floor. Rollins continued his fight with Punk, however, a heated argument with Paul Heyman. Fans against all Seth hit a stomp on Roman Reigns on the steps. Knocked out at ringside, Reigns was later helped out of the arena. On February 3rd episode, Michael Cole shared the update that the Tribal Chief with no injury update or any physical harm indication was provided. Roman Reigns was announced out for the foreseeable future. Roman Reigns has been written off television. No official details have been told, but I expect him, if he doesn't show up in some capacity in Elimination Chamber, he'll definitely be at the card of WrestleMania. This is just smokescreen of some sort. I mean, I'm sure he's banged up, dinged up. How could you not be after all of that? But injury, no. It's no, not injury. Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens, as we figured that he would, to retain the championship. The tag team championships, well, let me look at the Raw results actually first. CM Punk beat Sami Zayn in the Elimination Chamber. That was the main event. There was no surprise. Everybody knew Punk was going to win that match. Io Sky lost to Liv Morgan. That one to me was a little bit of a surprise. Rhea Ripley inadvertently helped her arch nemesis Liv win the match. So I'm thinking Charlotte Flair, like I said, is going to choose Tiffany. She's going to steamroll through Tiffany. So we can see probably Rhea versus Io at Mania. It was pretty cool seeing the crowd react to Jey Uso Saturday night, and then Monday night also. And you know, Monday night when he said play my music again, so everybody yeeted all over the place. And I don't know if this is right. Maybe it is. Jey Uso didn't know he was going to win the Royal Rumble up until the day of. Let's see. Monday night, Penta beat Ludwig Kaiser. Charlotte Flair came back. Yawn. Honestly, I'm done. New Day versus NWO. New Day's got some new theme music, and beat Ray and Dragon Lee with Trouble in Paradise. As I said, Liv Morgan has qualified for the Elimination Chamber. AJ Styles got moved to Monday Night Raw. And Sami Zayn lost again, this time to CM Punk in a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. Now, what becomes of Sami Zayn now? Now, what I would do is I would have him win. They do last chance matches now, I believe. At least they have in the past. So let's see, the Elimination Chamber is, so far, is Cena, Punk. That's it. Cena and Punk, right? I expect Drew McIntyre to be in there. Let me look this up. Okay, let's see. We got John Cena and CM Punk are in the match, and there's 4 to be determined. John Cena, I think there are actually some fans that are mad that he's just in the match. Well, first of all, this is his last year, and second of all, he was one of the final 2. I kind of expect them to do this going forward. Put the last man in the Royal Rumble who didn't win, just go ahead and stick him in the chamber match. So it's going to be Cena, Punk, and 4 more. And for the women's match, Liv Morgan versus 5 to be determined. Elimination Chamber predictions. And this stems out of the fact that after the match, Kevin Owens showed up and delivered a package of powder to Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn reneged on Owens' offer where he said, hey, you help me win the Rumble, or you help me win the championship, and I'll help you win the Rumble. Of course, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. You know, if Sami had, say, helped him win the title, Kevin Owens would have said, hey, you know what? Screw him. But yeah, that did not come to fruition, so I think Owens versus Zayn at the Chamber is going to happen, I believe. Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus, I'm reading here, Trish Stratus. Trish's return at the Rumble might not have been a one-off. The Elimination Chamber takes place in Stratus' hometown of Toronto. Stratton has major potential as a single star. Giving her time with a Hall of Famer is a great way to raise Stratton's stock ahead of her loss at WrestleMania 41. And also, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman is talked about for the Elimination Chamber event. I would have... Actually, that makes sense, because you know that Strowman and Fatu are going to go at it. And I've heard a lot of things about a lot of options for Reigns versus at WrestleMania. I'm still sticking with Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu because I don't believe... No, we have not gotten that one-on-one match yet. And that's a money match. And what better place to have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu than WrestleMania? Now, maybe this Fatu versus Strowman Elimination Chamber proposed match could be a last man standing or an ODQ match. I don't know. We'll see. Another one that is likely to happen at Chamber is Shinsuke Nakamura defending the United States Championship against Jimmy Uso. The Seeds are planning on SmackDown for a U.S. title program between Nak and Uso, with Jay headed to the main event of WrestleMania. It's time to see how well his twin brother Jimmy can stand out as a solo star. Now, there have also been talks of that match being saved for Mania. And wouldn't that be cool if Jimmy and Jay both walked out of Mania with a singles title? But who knows? So that's your proposed Elimination Chamber lineup and your Rumble results. And I'm not quite prepared to talk about the matches that I think are going to happen at WrestleMania, except for the one. Actually, no, we don't even know for sure the two title matches at Mania. We just know, but I think Mania is going to be Jey Uso versus Gunther again, with hopefully Jey Uso finally winning. I mean, if Jey Uso loses again, what are we doing? And Tiffany Stratton dropping the title to Charlotte Flair, who totally doesn't need it. I would think obviously Stratton needs, if it's going to be Stratton Flair, Stratton needs to win because, enough of Charlotte Flair. Enough. I just... But anyway, Charlotte is probably going to win. I resigned myself to the fact that Charlotte was going to win the Women's Rumble weeks before the Royal Rumble, so I gave myself that gave me time to be bummed out about it before it actually happened, I guess you could say. Now, I told you the Kentucky Wildcats, okay, they're 15-7, 68% win percentage, 2-game losing streak, 11-2 at home, 2-4 away, 2-1 neutral. Okay, that's not terrible. I know some people online are preaching that the sky is falling. It's not. Not that it's great, but the sky is not falling. And the next game's Saturday at 11 a.m. against South Carolina. Tuesday at 6 against Tennessee. Then Saturday against Texas. Wednesday the 19th against Vanderbilt. And that's as far as I'm going to go. The final season finale is March 8th. So, see what happens. We'll see what happens. And that is the end of Blendertainment for February 6th. I plan on being back with you next week for a little Super Bowl wrap up. And right now, I am signing off. Be kind, be cool, be courageous. Have a great weekend, as it is Thursday. And weekend's close enough, right? So have a great rest of the day and great weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. This is Andy Sullivan and Blendertainment. Peace out.